Ever since we first got to start playing with chatbots, mostly in a big way with ChatGPT, I've been fascinated with chatbots and their potential. Now, one of the most common uses of chatbots that you might see in everyday life is a chatbot customer service assistant on maybe the lower corner of a website or somewhere on there. And that chatbot works as a customer service agent 24/7 and is there to anticipate the questions of a website visitor, to get their questions answered, to cut back on the need for an entrepreneur or their staff to deal with those kind of customer service issues, which could easily be automated. But personally, I've found so many other uses for chatbots of that nature that are trained on specialized content. As some of you may know, I spent 20 plus years in the personal development industry, and over that time I created a ton of content that now I'm not really using anymore because I've moved into this AI space. But what if I could repurpose that content and still add value to people's lives and I have nothing to do with it on a day-to-day basis? That's the kind of thing that a chatbot can do, and it's just one of many. Today I want to show you a quick and easy solution to creating these chatbots, maybe on your knowledge or somebody else's. And for any of you who are just really intrigued by AI and this whole concept, I want you to consider what I'm going to share with you today as a potential side hustle, for lack of a better word, to supplement whatever it is you're doing. Because creating these bots with a tool like CustomGPT is something that you could easily pass on to a virtual assistant for just a few dollars an hour, and then you could charge many times that investment on a monthly basis for businesses or individuals who can benefit from having a chatbot like this in place that you or your staff create for them. To show you how easy this is, I'm going to show you a couple of use cases where I've built some chatbots with a ton of valuable information in literally just a couple of minutes, and I'm going to show you how you can do the same thing. If you have no interest or need to create multiple bots for yourself or for anybody else, then this may not be for you. However, you might still be interested to see where this is going because it can get some wheels spinning. It certainly did for me, especially when I saw how easy it was to create and deploy these things. Let's just take a quick look at the website so you can understand what they're offering here. Create your own custom GPT with all your business content. So what does that mean? When you have a conversation with ChatGPT or any of these others, you're dealing with the information that is trained in that model. That model has the information that it's trained on, and that's all it has. In other words, it doesn't have any personalized information, most likely, about you or your business. So if someone was to interact with ChatGPT and ask them about you and your business, your hours, what do you specialize in, or anything like that, it wouldn't have any idea. So what it would do is what's called hallucinate, which means it just makes crap up. And you've probably seen that over and over and over. Well, CustomGPT allows you to create chatbots that will never hallucinate and only work from the information that you give it. So you never have to worry about giving misinformation out to anyone who is interacting with your chatbot. Right here on their webpage, they have an example of how you can embed one of these chatbots onto your site. In this case, it's just embedded here, and the information that it's quote unquote trained on is CustomGPT as a service. So I could ask anything about it. How easy is CustomGPT to use for a total beginner? CustomGPT is designed to be user-friendly and accessible, even for those, etc., etc., etc. And as you scroll down, you'll see, where did this answer come from? You can always check the references. So in this case, it came from this page, CustomGPT, how to create an account with CustomGPT, right here on this site. So what CustomGPT does is allows you to customize these chatbots with your specific information, and it can hold a lot of information. It does this through a process called Retrieval Augmented Generation. It's also called RAG, which basically just means that in addition to the large language model that you're interacting with, whether it's ChatGPT or Claude or any of these others, it's also going to reference any information that you have given it in the form of documents or videos or any number of other things. So you don't actually have to retrain or fine-tune the large model. It just references what you tell it to reference, which makes this process so quick and easy. There's literally no coding involved to get this thing up and running, which I'll show you here in just a second, just in case you don't believe me. Some obvious use cases for these things are customer service, like we've talked about, customer engagement, just having a bot on the side that says, hey, can I help you find anything? Document research, you can upload entire documents of information and then literally have inquisitive chats with that document. Now here's why I say it's not really for the casual end user. There is a monthly cost here. The standard edition starts at $90 a month. And if you just want a chatbot for yourself, there's probably a cheaper way to do it. However, if you want multiple chatbots for yourself, maybe you have expertise in various subjects, or you see the opportunity to maybe share these chatbots when you see how easy this is, then you might actually consider this. Because if you work with a client, for example, you could charge a one-time setup fee of, say, $500. Boom, this is handled easily. Plus charge them $50 to $100 a month to maintain the chatbot, and this suddenly becomes no big deal. And you can have 10 custom chatbots for that amount. So if you really loved doing this, you could see that if you were charging $500 setup fees for people, or even $300 for setup fees, which is not out of the question at all, and you could get 100 custom chatbots going, and you could pay somebody else to build these chatbots and even do outreach to these companies, it boggles the mind, which is why I'm sharing it with you. Okay, let's just jump in and I'll show you a couple of things that I've done, and then we'll build a couple and you'll see how easy it is. You'll notice that the plan I'm using right now has a total of 10 projects. I've created 4. Before I show you the projects that I've worked on so far and before we build a couple of others, let me show you how easy it is to populate this stuff with your information. It's as easy as just uploading a bunch of documents like PDF files, doc files, even zipped files. You can upload up to 1 gigabyte at a time, which is a huge amount of information. But another really cool way to build these chatbots is just to use the information on a company's website using their sitemap. Now, most every website has a sitemap, and most of the time it's very easy to find. And once you find the link to that website sitemap, you can just plug it in here and it will scan that entire website. And just like that, your chatbot is trained with everything on that website. Let that sink in for a second. All right, you don't want to take a second? That's all right. Let me just show you. We're going to click on over to My Projects. Now, just to test this in a really big way, I went big and I decided, well, I wonder if I could make a chatbot for Ben and Jerry's Ice Cream, some huge website, which I'm sure has a ton of stuff. I'm going to click in here to Project Settings to show you exactly what I did to build this bot. All I did was gave it a name, Ben and Jerry's. I went over to Data and I got the sitemap for Ben and Jerry's. Now, how did I do that? The first place to start is just by going to the website's name, in this case Ben Jerry, and then just type sitemap.xml. Whoops, not XMP. Now, in a lot of cases, what you'll get is a list of files. If you don't get a list of files, like these web pages here, and you only get one, that means that this is actually the file you're looking for. So I selected this and copied it. I gave CustomGPT this link and it indexed the entire site. If I click on Chatbot, I can customize a little bit more. So I went and found the logo and downloaded it there. You can change all of these colors. I didn't really do much of that. Remember when I showed you the where did this come from link? You can change that and have it say whatever you want. You can change things like conversation settings and create a custom persona. And this is a really interesting feature. A persona is, who is this answering the questions? We don't want it to just be some computer that has no personality and is not fun to talk to whatsoever, who has no background, no rich history, nothing to engage with. So when you create a persona for your chatbots, you get to define all of that. But that can seem like a lot of work. For example, look at the persona that I've got here. You're an enthusiastic and friendly chatbot for Ben and Jerry's website. And then I define roles and goals and constraints and guidelines and clarification and personalization and special instructions. Oh, Bob, that doesn't sound like it's going to happen in a couple of minutes. That's why they have the persona generator. You just click right here and through a little chat conversation, they're going to create a persona for you. So in my case, I said something like, I want a customer service bot for Ben and Jerry's ice cream. I want the agent should be good-natured, humorous, and use ice cream puns whenever possible. So that's all I'm going to say, and I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to come back with an entire persona that I can just copy and paste. Of course, I can change it if I want to, but it's defined. You are Scoop, the customer service bot for Ben and Jerry's Ice Cream. Your goal is to assist customers with their queries and issues related to Ben and Jerry's products. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to copy that, and then I can come in here, and I'm actually going to just replace the one I've got in here with that. And then you click Save Changes. And just like that, now this bot of yours has a personality and directions on exactly how to interact with the visitors to the site. I can test it at any time by just clicking on Ask Me Anything, and then I'm going to have basically the same experience that a visitor would have. You're going to have a history of all the conversations that have been had right over here, but let's just ask Ben and Jerry's Ice Cream a question. What are some of your most popular flavors? So here you go. Here are some of our most popular flavors that fans have gone wild for. And then they list them, and then it ends up, stay cool and enjoy your scoop. Where did this answer come from, you say? Did it make it up just because it thought it might be a good answer? Oh no, it came from this page right here. How about this? Where can I find Ben and Jerry's? Hey there, craving some Ben and Jerry's? Yes, I am. Here's a few ways you can get your hands on our delicious ice cream. Instant delivery, okay. Find instant delivery near me and I can just click that link and it'll go right here. So think about the time this is saving the people on the other end of a phone or email or even a live chat session with somebody when most of the common questions can be answered right here. You have various ways you can deploy this on the site, but you're most likely going to do an embed where it just sits on the page like we looked at with the CustomGPT where we asked it questions, or the live chat where the little icon sits in the corner like over here and you click it and it opens up. That's the kind of thing that would happen on your own site or the Ben & Jerry site in this instance. So if I wanted to do that, I would click on live chat and it would give me the code I needed to paste into the HTML page. I didn't write the code, I'm just copying and pasting the code, so technically no code. But it didn't take any code to create the actual bot, and this is just a copy and paste. And you can tweak the settings. For example, do you want it on the lower right? Do you want it on the left? Do you want it floating in the corner? Do you want it in the center? Do you want it to automatically pop up the chat bubble? Do you want it to automatically reset to the previous conversation? How wide do you want it? How tall do you want it? So you've got options. And if you are confused, why, there's a little tutorial video right there. So I actually did the same thing with another ice cream company called the Salt and Straw. I just went to saltandstraw.com/sitemap.xml, and there it is. It just pulled up everything I needed. So this is the file I needed. So I used that, and that is the link I used to create the sitemap. I just used my picture for this test, but I did the same thing, created a custom persona using the persona generator, and it was done. So let's actually do one from scratch. Think about businesses in your area that could benefit from a chatbot like that. For example, I'm thinking like a restaurant. You could put the menu, you could put the hours, any specials, all in the chatbot and have it updated on a regular basis so that people would go to the site and be able to ask whatever questions they wanted to right from the chatbot. Right around the corner from me, there's a restaurant called Giuseppe's. We love Giuseppe's. We go there on special occasions. They have an amazing ravioli. I want to create a customer support bot or a website chat bot for this, and I want it to encompass all the information that is in here on this site. And we're going to do that by just simply using the sitemap to suck it all in. So I'm just going to try our little trick of just typing sitemap to the end of this. And just like in the first example, it gave us this one little page here. So that's probably the correct page. I'm going to click on that. And there's all of our information. So now I know we're down there where we need to be. I'm going to use this as the address. And let's go back over to CustomGPT and just start from scratch. Let's create a project. We'll call it Giuseppe's, and we'll just paste that XML URL right there. It takes a second to validate it, and then you can create project. It says right here, our systems are hard at work building your CustomGPT bot. The page will automatically refresh as soon as your data is ready. It does not take a lot of time. Okay, there it is. Now it's got the information, but let's go get the graphic that we're going to use and create the persona. So let's click on settings. We'll click on chatbot, and now we're going to upload a new photo. Now for the photo, we could try to get the logo of the restaurant. I'm just going to run over to the site and see if we can download this logo. We can. Then once that's downloaded, we can just upload it here as the image. We can change all these colors if we want to. Now this is the chatbot color and this is the chatbot toolbar color, and then this is an actual image. And if we wanted these colors to change, we could maybe produce something that had these colors in it that was more congruent with the branding. But for now, just know that you can change it. We'll jump down to custom persona and use the little persona generator to create something appropriate. We've still got all this in here, so I just need to click that to start a new conversation. And let's see, you are a proud employee of Giuseppe's restaurant. You're proud of the restaurant history, are very knowledgeable, and are committed to visitors getting the information that they need. We'll send that off. All right, so I noticed the role is employee of Giuseppe's Italian Restaurant. Let's make sure it has a name. Can you redo this, but give the avatar a name that it can use to introduce itself? Okay, now you're Giuseppe. Fine, I'll go with that. I'm gonna grab all this, paste it in here, save changes. We're ready to go. Before we run it, let's go over to the dashboard real quick. Click on My Projects. You'll see Giuseppe's at this point found 10 items. Those are the pages. It indexed all 10 pages, and it's found 5,238 words total at this point, and no queries have been made to this bot during this particular billing cycle. So let's just click on Ask Me Anything. I guess I really should create a welcome message because that's just rude. Let's go back over to Chatbot conversation settings, user experience, and click the edit icon. And now we can say, welcome to Giuseppe's. We are thrilled that you have stopped by and would love to meet you in person. How can I help you today? Okay, so now we'll save the changes. We'll say, ask me anything, and there it is. Welcome to Giuseppe's. We're thrilled that you've stopped by. Love to meet you in person. How can I help you today? How about what are your hours? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I can attest to that. This allows you to enjoy our delicious Italian American foods, etc. For more details, you can visit. And then there's the link to the website. And where did this answer come from? It came from, well, the website. Can you share a few of your most popular menu items? Crusted chicken, mozzarella, pork, I can't pronounce these words. Classic American burgers, homemade desserts, all you can eat Fridays. What? Is that true? Hold on. Where did this answer come from? It came from this page here. I didn't know about the all you can eat Fridays. Hold on a sec. Friday nights are all you can eat nights. See, I learned something from this chatbot that we just created, and it might live right over here somewhere in the lower right-hand corner, and maybe visitors wouldn't have to call these numbers so much to ask questions. What are your locations? There you go. Both locations. It's not this specific address is not provided in the knowledge base. That's odd, but we can go visit the website. Let's see if it's there. It is there. It should be there. I'm actually going to say, are you sure you don't know the address of the Horizon Bridge location? There it is. Now, it very well may be that it's still indexing some of the information. It does take time to do that, especially with a site like Ben & Jerry's. When I first went to check, it had only grabbed a few pages, but the next time I looked, it had grabbed a lot more, and the thing had become huge. So now let's say I send Giuseppe's an email, and I point them to this bot that I embed on a page of my own that I do for them absolutely free, and say, hey, how about this? Check it out. Here's how it worked. Give them a little demo and say, would you like it? Well, we can set that up for you for this amount of money, and then for every month we can keep it updated for you for this amount of money, and that's it. And you pay a VA to do that for you, and you're just going, where'd all this money come from? All right, I can't promise that, but I think you get the idea. If you've got an entrepreneurial spirit and this kind of stuff lights you up. I know for me, just going and sucking down all the information from a site and being able to ask it questions in a regular language was amazing to me. Now, if you happen to be a YouTuber or something like that, you've got to see this, but even if you're not, this will probably blow your mind. Remember how we populated a chatbot with a URL of a sitemap for the website? Well, did you know that you can do the same thing with a YouTube channel? Let's say you've got a YouTube channel with hundreds of videos on a particular topic. You can put in the sitemap, it will suck in all the information from all the videos, and now you can query that chatbot and it will know everything that all your videos know. That's exactly what I did here for this Bob Doyle Law of Attraction and Neuroplasticity project. I went and took this old YouTube channel, put in the sitemap, and it sucked in all of these items and found all of these words. And now I can query this chatbot about anything that is covered in all of those videos with all of that knowledge base. Now, I'm not done with this one yet because I'm actually probably going to do something with this so I can leverage that 20 plus years of my life. But let's do this from scratch with the Bob Doyle Media channel. Here's how you do it. First of all, we're going to create a new project. We'll call it Bob Doyle Media. Now, where do we get an XML sitemap for a YouTube channel? Well, you use this magical link right here, which of course I will share in the description. All you have to do is enter the YouTube channel link right here and it will give you a sitemap. So let's go to YouTube real quick. This is how you would do it. I'm going to go to my channel, copy the URL. Obviously, you don't have to do those other things if you know the URL of your channel. Go back to this site, paste that right in there and hit enter. And just like that, it's got, 117 pages of all of my videos on this channel. So the Bob Doyle Media channel, obviously for the past, say, year, has been focused on AI and the creative uses of AI. Before that, I was very heavily focused on VR and the creative uses of VR. Before that, it was the Bob Doyle Show, which was something that I did that never got any traction, but it was fun for me. So all of this information is getting sucked into this chatbot right now. So here is the sitemap link it has generated. It's kind of messy to look at, but let's just say copy. We'll go back over here. We'll paste it right in that slot. We'll let it validate, which it already did. We'll click on create. And we are off and running. The page has refreshed, so it is ready to interact with, but let's go ahead and work on this chatbot a little bit more. We know the data is working with the sitemap we gave it, so let's go to the chatbot. We'll upload a new photo. I'll just use the Bob Doyle Media logo. The colors are close enough. I don't really feel like I need to change them. The custom persona, let's see what it can do with me. Let's see. You are Bob Doyle. You run the Bob Doyle Media YouTube channel. You are very enthusiastic about the creative uses of AI as well as virtual reality. You are eager to help people find the resources you have available on your channel in a quick and easy way. You are hilarious and charming and basically irresistible in every way. I just want to see what it's going to do with that. With each of your answers, you provide enough information to be helpful, but always point back to the video you are referencing. Let's click that sucker. You're Bob Doyle. You run the Bob Doyle. All that stuff I said. Bob Doyle, the charismatic host of the Bob Doyle Media. I didn't say charismatic. It just knew that about me somehow. Grab the code, paste it in, and save changes. All right, let's play with it. Before we do that, let's change this. Hey, it's me, Bob. Well, kind of. I'm the part of Bob that can answer some AI-related questions and point you to any resources I've created that can help you. What do you want to know more about? Save changes. All right, now ask me anything. There we go. Hey, it's me, Bob. Well, kind of you're there for that. All right, well, where do we even begin? Let's see. I want to clone my voice. How can I do that? Voice cloning is a fascinating process. There's several resources available to help you get started. Here are some steps. Vox Talker, Voice Clone Conversion Workshop with RBC, 11 Labs Alternative. Look at all these links to our demos where we talk about this. Where'd this answer come from? Well, it's pretty much right there because it's giving you all these. I guess you can see, you can scroll through several of them. So if you wanted to know about doing it with RBC, click right through and there is the video.
I seek the formula of the Krabby Patty.
Okay, that's really super cool. What else can I ask about? Tell me about Replay and what it does. Replay is a fantastic tool that allows you to create AI cover songs using your own voice. Here's a breakdown of what Replay does and how you can use it. It goes through the whole features, and there are links to the videos where I cover this. This is getting very exciting in real time for me. I saw a video where you imitated Squidward. Which one was that? Man, if it answers this, I'm going to be amazed. You're referring to my Squidward imitation. You can find the video titled Free Speech to Text with Your Voice. Free text to speech. You'll love the video I did on this. Let's see. I think I did it in more than one. Let me just see if I can dig a little bit more. Did you imitate Squidward in any other videos besides that one? Yes, I did. Besides the video, free text, the easiest way to create AI cover songs. Welcome back to the channel where we explore the creative uses of AI. And yes, it goes into where I did that. So can you see if you have a big repository of information somewhere that people can access through just a conversation with the chatbot without having to do a web search and dig through a bunch of web pages that don't get you where you want to go, this knows exactly where to find exactly what they're looking for. So I want to put this now on the Bob Doyle Media website because why the freak wouldn't I? So how do I do that? Now the details on that are going to depend on where your website is hosted and how your code is done. Bob Doyle Media happens to be hosted on a service called Kartra, but you might use WordPress or any number of others. But just so long as you're able to paste a snippet of code in your page, you'll be fine. So let's click on deploy. I'm going to turn this off so it's public chatbot. Let's just do the typical live chatbot in the corner thing. So I click on that and this code appears. We can change the settings where we want it. I'll just leave everything exactly how it is right now. I'm going to copy this code and it says to copy the code and paste it anywhere inside the body section of your web page. So now I'm in the editor for the Bob Doyle Media web page and I'm just going to paste that code right in here to the body section just like it says and click on apply. Then I'm going to just preview this page, open preview. And now over here in the corner is the wrong picture. So let's go see what I did. We can go back into settings, go to chatbot, and I already know what I did. I changed this and then I didn't click save after I uploaded the photo. So let me change this again, upload the new photo, hit save changes. Now it should work. We're gonna go back over to the web page, refresh, and there it is, proper like. Okay, so now if I want to start engaging with this chatbot, I just click on there and here I am. Hey, it's me, Bob, well, kind of, etc. There's the whole thing. I might want to make this a little bit wider, and now I can just ask any question I wanted to. How do I swap faces in a video? Swapping faces, use the right tool, prepare your source and target images, Wow, okay, we really get into some detail here. And here are links to several videos where we break that down. Now, as I'm looking at this, I think this is too thin for this particular bot. So I can go back to the settings, go to deploy, the live chat again, click on the settings, and maybe make this, I don't know, 600 at least. Save settings. I don't think I need to update this. I think I can just go back and refresh the page. Refreshed, let's click it. Yeah, and now it's wide. So what do you think? Does this have your wheels spinning? I've been an entrepreneur for 20 plus years, so I always see opportunity at things like this. And you may not think that way. You may not have any interest whatsoever in a side hustle or making extra money, making it really easy, getting somebody else to do all the work and just raking in cash. You may not have any interest in being a part of the AI movement in the forefront. And I don't know, you probably don't want to do any of that. But if you do, here's a good way to jump into the chat game in a really simple way where you can just keep cranking these things out. And when you think about the approach of it takes you 2 minutes to make the thing, you show it to the potential customer and it's already done. And then you just say, well, do you want it? And here's how you do it. And you collect a little cash on a regular basis. I don't know. Maybe it's not for you. If you're that kind of a geek, it's something you might want to look into. Note that they do give you an opportunity to play with it for free, so you can upload your data, see how it works, and then judge for yourself whether this has value that you could use. If this is the type of information you like learning about, well, why not subscribe to the channel? We touch on all aspects of the creative uses of AI, and if you have any suggestions for things we haven't covered or would like to see more of, let me know in the comments. After all, this is the type of stuff we cover all the time.
If you subscribe now, I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you do not, I will look for you. I will find you. And I